to freeze a little bit to get cold, the milk chocolate, and I put them so high, all the chocolate was touching the upper part of the fridge, the light bulb and everything.
Oh,
Everything was covered in
chalk. Oh my goodness. Now you got to clean that up. Oh.
yeah. But that's what I'm saying. So, like, my brain doesn't have common sense. This Mercury in Pisces retrograde was really making me do
And you
things
have a
that
lot of Gemini in your chart, so that's why.
yes,
So you really got to see. Yeah. I don't
yeah,
have a whole lot of Gemini. I don't have a whole lot of Mercury. A couple of things in Mercury in my chart, but that's it. Mercury ruled in my chart.
yeah. Anyway, guys, this
Happy
is
New
it.
Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year! And I love this one. This one is starting with a bang
It
because
did.
all the planets are direct. That's number
Microphone.
one.
When I do this, yeah.
All the planets are direct now. There's no more
Okay.
excuses. We are in a waxing part of the moon phase, which means we are approaching the first quarter. So that's another action oriented uh, thing. First of all planets direct, that means action. Waxing moon, first quarter moon phase means action. Aries season means action.
Well, first quarter
So
is sending out invitations, right? Isn't first quarter sending out invitations for a
that's
party?
yes,
Okay.
that's right. So
I
you're
like that.
putting your idea in
Ideas
action, into
into
action, because
action. Yeah.
right.
Okay. Right.
So this week is actually a good week with one little thing, a titsy bitsy, uh,
What,
maybe
Pluto?
harsh. No, no, Sun
Saturn.
Saturn conjunction.
Yeah, that's what I saw that and I was
Yeah,
like, oh, okay.
yeah. That's the only one. Everything else looks pretty good, guys. So we are finishing month in a nice tone. Okay, so
Good, good.
we are finished with eclipses. We are finished with retrogrades. We are
Ugh.
finished with Pisces energy. That was also draining in a sense. Lots of people were crying this new
I,
moon
I
and
was going
what.
to mention that. I was going to mention that. I was going to text you saying, "Is it just me, or you know what I mean? Why am I in a puddle?" Oh, it would just come. Emotions would just. They were
Yeah,
cleansing. They were very cleansing. It wasn't like woe is me stuff. It was actually releasing of emotions from epiphanies I had. But it was a lot of that. You know.
I wanna give a shout out to Michelle Gray, Camille Michelle Gray, the astrologer. She's the astrologer for color, and I really really appreciate her. She was listening to Viola Davis ebook, and she said she cried so much.
Oh,
So she was telling her story. So I didn't listen to it yet, but just I know Michelle, and I know how much. So anyway, if anybody wants to listen to a good story, Viola Davis.
yeah.
Anyway, just the thing. Anyway, I wanted
No,
to say that.
that's yeah. I've read some of hers, but no, I can't because that's a yeah. You definitely will be in. Get your
Yeah,
tissues. Get the paper towels out for that one.
yeah, yeah,
She
yeah.
had
So
some things.
that's on
Hmm.
my list. I really wanna, because I wanna get inspired by those strong women inspire me. Okay,
Yes.
when I read with I really inspired. So this week, happy moon in Cancer. That's very important. We only have few happy moons these days. We're gonna have more because things are direct, but so happy moon in Cancer, which means it's trining Mercury and conjuncting Jupiter. So all Mercury Jupiter things that I mentioned last week are very potent and good to do. Communication, contacting, sending emails, networking, asking people, oh, hello, can I do this with you? Blah blah blah. All the stuff.
Hmm. Hmm.
Learning, taking a new course, booking a trip even. It's a Jupiter thing. Booking a trip, whatever you guys want to do this week, especially happy Cancer moon. I'll go day by day, but I just want to mention that at the beginning. The moon, Gemini moon, and the Cancer moon are out of bounds. So we have out of bounds moon for the, yes,
Which
I
means
feel,
which means an expanded energies outside the usual signature.
yes. So that means
Hmm.
that they're a little bit of more wild. So,
Hmm.
for example, the first 2 days, Monday, Tuesday, moon in Gemini,
Yeah.
out of bounds means more chatter, more gossip, more blah blah blah,
Okay.
more than usual, right? So you can
Yeah.
have a lot of, and it can be out of control. Oh my God, my emails are flooding. Like, oh my God, there's so much information I can't process. So it can be a lot of a lot of that as well. Monday looks good. Mercury is meeting the North Node. They already met once when he was a retrograde, now direct again. So it's meeting, but it's like a final Pisces Mercury North Node. It's also still good time to set intentions if you didn't for the
Oh,
new
for the
moon.
new moon. Good,
Yeah,
good. Mm-hmm.
so it's still good time. So maybe because Mercury North Node, maybe you want to express it now, something that is aligned with your path and your destiny and where you want to go.
Especially now that Mercury's direct. That's good.
Yes,
Yes, right.
yes,
Okay.
yes. So use Monday for that. The Gemini moon is going to be okay. It's going to square Mars, Mercury, but everything else, all the other aspects are pretty good. So uh, we have now lots of Aries energy and more planets coming. So Gemini moons are always sextiling Aries. So there's lots of opportunities to act on your ideas, to act on your thoughts,
Oh,
to
okay.
not just to verbalize it, actually to do something about it,
Yeah.
right? To publish, send it. Don't just think
Mm-hmm.
about it. Don't just talk about it. Do something. Um,
There's also more clarity right now too because of this directness. Because to me, this was more even also intense that I couldn't really think. I felt like I was a hamster. My thoughts were running in a circle a lot.
my brain,
When I wasn't foggy, they were running in a circle.
my brain was a mush. Like I couldn't make sense of out of anything.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing math in my kid 2 plus 2 it wasn't 4. Like what is it? Like I
Right.
couldn't I felt so stupid. I swear to God, I really
Mm-hmm.
feel so stupid for a long time. Like this Mercury retrograde, really. Anyway, but it's a good day. 2 days are good. Monday, Tuesday are good. You're gonna
Okay.
have a void moon during the night. So from 6, so this is Tuesday now I'm talking. So we have Monday, Tuesday, moon in Gemini with Mercury conjunct North Node. Lovely moon, lovely moon. And it's gonna finish. It's gonna go void with the sextile to Venus. So it's going void with a nice aspect to Venus in Aries. That is such a great potential to connect with somebody
Hmm.
new, to reach out to people that you want to reach out, that you were maybe afraid before. You have all this Aries energy giving you more courage and bold to knock on the door and say, "Hello, I'm here. I'm doing this. Do you want
Okay.
my services, right? Or do
Yeah.
you want to collaborate with me? Or can we be partners, right?"
Got it.
So so that's the energy I feel.
Hmm.
And then moon is going to go void from 6:37 p.m. until 6:32 a.m. So from Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, like during the night Eastern time, you're going to sleep most of the time, thank God. But in Europe, it's going to be a little bit different. So that's the void moon. Then Wednesday, I think Wednesday the most crucial day of the week, the most active one, the most potent one. Moon is then already in Cancer. So Wednesday, Thursday, we have a moon in Cancer. It's a first quarter moon at 5 degrees Cancer. So if you have actually, and because um, Saturn is so close, I mean squaring that, it's not only Sun squaring, but also Saturn because we have a Sun conjunct Saturn on Wednesday. So this quarter moon is it's not only Sun squaring the moon, it's with Saturn. So it does ask us that we need to focus, discipline, with the work. It's first quarter so with the Saturn there. So it's telling us, you know what, no more sloppiness. You need to do it right. So, these are the rules, these are the regulations. You know how to do it properly, no shortcuts. Very important. So everything that you put in motion on Wednesday, it needs to be serious approach.
Okay.
So, so really, and then you're gonna get a reward at the end.
She says
Um,
Saturn and the moon, and the sun are
so
Saturn
moon is in a Cancer, and Sun and Saturn together squaring the moon, right?
squaring the
So
moon. That's it. Okay, that's what I got. Okay,
the
I put that
problem with
down
this,
on.
yeah. So problem with this is that Sun, Saturn conjunctions when they're together, it can be self doubt, low confidence, and because Saturn can make us, oh, we cannot do it. I can't. I don't. And then we don't do it. Please
Mm-hmm.
do it. So don't let Saturn discourage you or don't doubt you. He's going to test your courage. He's going to test your confidence. It's going to test, to see. Let me see if you're really, meaning what you're saying. Kind of, he's going to test are you going to walk your talk?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a cardinal energy. Cancer moon is cardinal. This is cardinal. We need to initiate. We are the initiators of this. This is we need to
Gotcha.
start doing it.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Good thing is that Sun is sextiling Pluto on the same day, which tells me there's an opportunity that we can actually gain control. So maybe self-confidence, but then still okay, but we feel that we are in control of this. Like yes, we can, nobody. It's like no blame games to others. Like it's our control, and we can do it.
Mm-hmm.
So and because it's a happy moon, it's going to conjunct Jupiter and trine Mercury and trine Mars at the end, right? So it's a good moon,
Nice trines there. Those are nice
right?
trines. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So although this is all happening, there's still a good possibility that we're going to have like a more than average possibility that there's going to be a good outcome out of
Oh,
this.
good. Okay.
Okay, so
And this is Wednesday. We're talking about Wednesday right now, right?
Wednesday is the most important, crucial day of the week. Don't kind of waste it. I mean, with the square, you're going to be challenged anyway in one way
Yeah.
or the other.
Right.
So that's and Thursday. Thursday is also very nice, the entire day. So we have
Nice.
two nice days that we
All
can actually
right.
act on our intentions, and put things into motion. Um, it's lovely that the Gemini moon, you can prepare, you can make notes, you can make drafts, you can work on your style, and then just on Wednesday, Thursday, just send all these things out.
Mm-hmm.
Do a video, whatever what you're doing, contact people. Thursday is a little bit harsh at the evening at 6:44 p.m. I mean, it's going to be applying, but that's going to be exact. Venus and Chiron are meeting in Aries. They're going to conjunct. So this can bring situation because Venus is about how we relate to others, and it's in Aries, and then it could be me versus you, me versus it's going to be that dynamic that we might feel that we are not being appreciated in the relationship. There's like there's a sense that we want to be ourselves, right? With Aries energy, but
Mm-hmm.
with Chiron there's going to be some things coming up from, do I even deserve to be who I am? Is anybody
Yeah.
going to love me? It's kind of that. It's kind of like a self-doubting thing.
So
So
that your one's woundedness could be triggered in some
yes,
way.
yes, especially regarding identity and the courage again. It's about being true to ourselves, be authentic. So especially in
Yeah.
relating to others, so some other people, because Venus is
Mm-hmm.
involved, other people can trigger that in us,
Right.
in a sense.
And then
Okay.
Aries, yeah, and then Aries. So you're gonna want to actually
Yeah.
get beyond that. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. So that's that. Oh, then on Friday and Saturday and half of the Sunday, we're gonna have a Leo moon. Leo moon is now making all these lovely aspects to Aries energy. Lots of trine. So every time you're gonna have a Leo moon, it's gonna trine Neptune and Saturn.
Oh,
So it's like a flowing energy of our creative expression. So Leo is about creativity, right? So
right.
we can the flow of creativity is going to be much easier because Neptune is there, and then we can still have some structure in it and make it real, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And
So Saturn, yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I remember that song from there was that movie from the 80s, the French movie, and there was the song "Dreams Are My Reality." If you remember,
Hmm.
"Dreams Are My Reality." I don't know. Anyway,
Okay.
uh, um,
Huh.
that was a movie from the 80s. I remember, a French movie. Anyway, that was
Oh,
the
oh,
song.
French movie. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. There was this French actor. So it was a British English movie, but there was a
Nice.
French actor, Sophie something. Anyway, dreams are my reality. That's the song, and I'm thinking about when I think about this Saturn Neptune in Aries. I think that's the song that comes to me, and I love that. So that's the opportunity with Leo moons every month from now on. Leo moon is going to trigger that creativity, and give us some flowing energy that we can actually and be joyful. Leo is not just about creation; it's about joy and being
Mm-hmm.
generous and be full-hearted, and just, I don't know, more childlike in a sense that, like Hakuna Matata. There's
Yeah.
no worries. Hakuna Matata
Yes,
energy.
right. Mm-hmm.
So um, the more we grow in that energy, the more positivity we put in the world, and the negativity is gonna be smaller, right? So the more of that we put. So I love this. I love this Leo moon. We also next Saturday we're gonna have a Saturn sextile Pluto. So this is ongoing for a long time here and there. They're going to be exact on Saturday. So
Oh,
it's
exact. Okay.
yeah. So
What
it's going to
what
be
degree?
5 degrees Aries and Aquarius. 5 degrees 9 minutes. So that's again transformation of the existing structure. This is you're talking about Aquarius future and Aries something new and pioneering. Can you
Mm-hmm.
imagine? So I do feel that this is the time that we personally, but also on a collective level, because those are generational and outer planet connections. It's like a more also it's touching collective as well. We can transform our
Yeah.
society, our structures, the way we govern things,
Mm-hmm.
the way things are, because I can feel it dying. You
Yeah,
know,
there's some type of transformative element there that's gonna be new and innovative to the max, I think, right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. We'll see how
Okay,
that
that's
goes.
good. That's something I think and that's something to look forward to. I think this our whole world has been moving in a hamster wheel.
Yeah,
I think it's something new and something that we have to actually learn together, that we're all sharing in. I think could be something to get humanity together around, as
yeah.
opposed and not war and politics and everything. So that's good.
I do hope I feel I'm gonna also do some research myself. Just learning more about herbs and how to plant things, and I wanna go back and I wanna know these things.
Mhm.
I don't want to
You're a
depend
Gemini.
on.
You want to know everything. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
I
like
know.
those fellow Geminis. They said Geminis want to live so many lifetimes because there's nothing. I mean, I want to learn this. You just, I mean, it's ridiculous. And I can feel now with Mercury going direct, and I'm going into books. I mean, I have to calm myself down because I'm going to learn this. I got to learn that. I got to do this. There's an ancient
Oh,
language that's no longer in use in Korea. For some reason, I want to learn it. I mean, it's just like bizarre. It's like, come on. I have to rein myself in. It's
I was
tough,
just
but
I was just thinking I want to know more about herbs. that was my this week. I want to know more about herbs and how to
well, no,
plant.
that's something you should know. That's something absolutely.
I was thinking,
Yeah,
I don't want to depend on stores and stuff like that. Anyway.
yeah.
So
And
it's
I have
something
a
that.
good resource for herb buying too. Mountain Rose Herbs is a good company that I've
Mm,
ordered from for years, and they have
okay,
quality herbs and
good.
other products. Like I buy my aloe vera gel from them. Yeah. So
Mm, good,
and
good.
I think it
Mountain.
may be women owned. I'm not sure, but I think it may be a woman owned business.
What is it called? Mountain what? Mountain.
Rose Herbs.
Rose herbs. Okay, okay. Mountain rose
If you
herbs.
forget,
Okay,
just text me, just or whatever,
okay.
WhatsApp me, and I'll tell you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna actually. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. So this is the week, guys. There's a lot of positive things. I think we deserve a little bit of,
Oh my goodness.
of moving forward and pushing through in a positive way. I mean, trolls are still gonna troll. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, yes, yeah. Trolls are good. I like this. That's good. Let's be real. Trolls are gonna
Yeah,
troll.
yeah. So
Yes.
they're not gonna go away just because. But we as individuals have an opportunity to make something happen for us,
Yes.
uh, and start
Okay.
something new and start something good. And I want to spread the enthusiasm. And I think it's a great way to start this
Hey,
astrological new
Leslie.
year. I think it's going to be good. And I'm very optimistic and positive. And I don't know. That's who I
Yeah, that's excellent because it's
am.
so well, obviously you're so attuned because right now it does feel like the sky is getting low and it's henny penny. The sky feels like the sky is dropping, but in this time of chaos, it just means that the old is breaking up. Our old systems, that's why they're so loud right now, and it's like and that's why we're so fatigued by a lot of
Yeah,
things, including
yeah,
each other, including our jobs and love. So this is a time to realize that's where a lot of us are, and that's okay, but it's given us the opportunity to see almost like that plant, the crocus, that comes through with spring
Mm,
to break through. So we're trying to break through the new stuff. Meanwhile, it's still snow on the ground, someplace in ice, but the crocus
yeah,
is saying, "No,
yeah,
I'm bringing forth something new."
yeah. I love
Yes.
it. I
So
love
this is the
that.
time for us to actually get some new, interests or hobbies, or may have a new, fresh eyes on our lives and loves, and see some potential, or just some new things that we could just. So I don't care how little it is. Let me try this. Something to add some excitement to your life. You know.
Uh, Next week I want to talk about it. Each year I make a vision
Your
board.
vision board.
My vision board for Aries new moon. We have a Aries new moon on the April 17th.
Oh, April 17th is the Aries new
Yes,
moon. Okay.
and it's such a lovely moon. So much. Yeah, I know. Aries energy can also be very aggressive and warlike. Especially when it's used. There's a lot of it at the same time, right? But on a positive note, I'm gonna focus on the positive. Like me personally, if we are aware, let's use it as an assertive way to
Hmm.
act and to move forward. That new moon has no bad aspects whatsoever.
Oh.
No. So the new moon is going to be at 27 degrees of Aries. That's April 17th, but I'm still letting you know. So it's only going to have like a out of sign square to Pluto, which is going to be like 7 degrees apart. I wouldn't even take it into consideration. Everything else are trines and sextiles.
Oh, nice. Okay.
There's going to
Very
be
nice.
very nice. We're going to have
Not a lot of
yeah.
oppositions to squares, which is nice. Nice to have a
There's
nice.
there is no oppositions currently in the sky. There is no because everything is clustered so together. There are no oppositions in the
Right.
sky. So
Everything's
there's
close together, so they can't
yeah
oppose one another. Okay.
yeah. So
Everyone's
we have
lumped up together.
except moon when it goes and then
Yeah,
there's
of
a bucket
course. Yeah.
handle of the moon. So we're gonna have for that new moon Neptune, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Chiron, Moon, and the Sun in Aries. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7 planets.
Yeah.
Seven.
You can't ask for enough. I mean, we don't have to be, an astrologer or a seer or medium or psychic to know that something is
Yeah,
going to happen. To have all
I
that
mean,
energy. When you say something's going to happen, there's going to be movement forward into a new direction, and
yeah,
because it's so many
yeah.
different planets involved. So it's actually I have to clarify this too because we're starting the reboot of or a reset for the world. So this is the start
Yes,
of it. So we may not see the actual
that's
product
right.
yet. Yeah, so
That's
that's
right.
so this is the reset. So the alt
That's right.
control delete kind of thing. So the system's still gonna try to go through its changes and find its new place. So
Right. You know how we
don't
have.
be discouraged if you don't see things change right away. Hmm.
That's right. That's a great point. For how we always look at the lunar family gestations for 27 months. So if we are seeing things now, we're going to see in 27 months the real effect,
Right. Yes. Hey,
right?
Adrian. Hmm.
There you go. So this is going to be really really interesting.
Yeah.
I love that, and all the planets are direct for this new moon,
Oh, see. Oh, yeah.
right?
See. So that's right. That's a lot. That's interesting. So in mundane astrology, the moon is the people, represents the people.
Yes,
So this means
yes,
this is us all sort of jumping the broom together. Someplace we're going to land in some new places, plural, in our personal lives, in our collective, especially in our collective and personal. Well, which they
do you know what's
typically.
interesting? Mars is in Aries ruling this new moon, sextiling Pluto exactly.
Okay.
So I know, but it's
Transformation.
right. So this power to the people. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So there's an opportunity. I think there's going to be lots of protests around. I think in April we're going to see a lot of people on the street. Things are going to.
Mhm.
That's what I kind of feel that it's going to be.
Yeah.
Um, as I said, trolls are going to troll. Wars are still going to be over because this is a lot of Aries energy. So a lot of people who have a tendency to use it in a bad way, they're going to fight the wars.
Hmm.
But if you look at just this new moon, no bad aspects. I'm so looking forward to it. This time, your vision board needs to be top notch. it has to be par excellence, as they say
Yes,
in vision
I
board.
haven't used that word. I used to use that phrase too much. I haven't used that phrase in a while. Thanks a lot, Jasmine, and now I'll be using it too much again. But
Thanks, good,
yes,
good.
and this is a good time to even to pair with your vision board or how you do it. However others people who ever create there to actually have
Yeah.
good affirmations for yourself too.
Oh,
Have a
vision board needs to have information, not just pictures. My vision board always has a
have
information,
some
information. Yes,
that you look at every day
yes, yes, yes.
and stuff. So
Like,
one
like I
personal
have,
mantra.
yeah, I have family, love, romance, expert. I have expert for my career.
Yes.
I put expert. So I want to, because I want to become an expert. I mean, it's me thinking, okay, you need to do
Mm-hmm.
better to be an expert.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a
Yeah.
reminder. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, I love the week ahead. I love this energy, this new moon. I mean, it's going to be a lot of things, but guys, this is a great. If for anybody who is Aries, this year's birthdays, they're all going to have direct. So the whole Aries season is direct energy. So all the Aries in the world, all the people who have Aries suns,
Right.
moons, or ascendants, they're going to be even more assertive, more push to move. They're going to have these solar returns with all direct. So their years are going to this year for them is going to be huge, huge.
And they're
Because
fire signs, so yeah, that's
yes,
definitely gonna be galloping. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, especially so sun, especially who has birthday, because there's solar
Yes.
return
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
year. They're gonna be excellent. They're gonna be really good. So I'm
Oh,
looking
good. Good.
forward to see some of my Aries friends to push forward and to see their dreams make happen. So not only Aries, but they're going to be a special kick this year. Mm.
Special what?
Kick, special
Kick.
kick this
Yeah,
year.
special kick.
Because,
Well, it's so
because
funny you mentioned
Aries,
kick, like the fire horse. Special
yes,
kick. Yeah. Yes. Make sure you
that,
stay to the side of the horse, not behind it.
uh,
So if you have
okay.
there.
On the downside, I have to say burnout is number one problem. So
Mm.
you can push too hard and burn out too soon. So because Aries is it's not a Leo energy it's not a fireplace energy like Leo.
They
Uh,
could be a flash in the
this is
pan. They can flash and start something gung ho and then not finish. They're
right.
good for getting things
You can
started. Sometimes they need someone else to then take it over and keep it going, keep the flames. Yeah.
right.
hmm
So so th-
hmm
so that's the downside of this energy because it can be like or starting too much and not finishing anything.
Yes. Yeah, coming up with the
Okay,
big
so you want
ideas, sort of like what's this Jackie Gleason honeymooners. He used to always having a brand new idea that he would go get all gung ho, but then he couldn't follow through or he
yeah.
couldn't take it to
So
successful fruition. Yeah.
so make sure that you if because you are initiator, you don't have to do it, but then have enough Korean friends who can continue the legacy and finish the job for
Good
you.
job. Yes.
Okay, so
Yes. Yeah.
pass it on, pass it
Right.
on to the
Yeah.
Earth people, pass it on to the Earth people who can actually make the
With
things.
Earth people, yeah, like a
Yes,
Taurus and stuff like that, and
or
Capricorns and
Capricorn,
stuff,
Even
and
Virgos, right?
Virgos,
Because
right? Yeah.
so make sure that you give them, your ideas, push, motivate them. Like, I mean, you are the initiator, the motivator, the giving the
Yeah.
idea, and then Earth people can make them.
Should make it manifest on the Earth plane.
Yes,
And
yes,
and that's why it's
yes,
good to have buy-in. That
yeah,
speaks to having buy-in. So as an Aries, and when we have Aries wherever it's activated in our charts, if you get buy-in, because you may need help for people to
yes,
help you, want either keep you on target or to help you actually do some of the work, whatever it needs to be done. But get buy-in first, so you're not then at the last minute like someone I know saying, "Oh, how come you're not helping me fight this war?" You can't do that with. You got to have
yeah,
buy-in first. You got to work with people. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
hmm
that's another downside of Aries. They think, they feel that they can do everything by themselves,
Yeah.
and sometimes you can't, and because
Most
you
of the
want
time, we can't. Yeah.
yeah, so you
That's for
wanna
all of us.
think about
hmm
teamwork, you
Yeah.
know, think about teamwork, right?
hmm
Um, 2 plus 2 is 5, right? The synergy,
And
and
then even for those of you who have Aries, an Aries loved one or whatever, this is something they could be
mm,
facing. So if they come out, oh, I got this big idea, I want to do this, then sort of approach and say, really? And ask them questions so they have to sort of like build it out. Say, well, let's
yeah,
build this out. So what's your next step? What do you plan to do here? or you have this, you know what I mean? So you can sort of help sort yourself out. So you don't get sucked into the vortex with them, and then all of
Yeah.
a sudden maybe all in your lap, and then there's that problem. But also you can help them, just sort of. It may just be an exercise for them, and that's okay. But you want to sort of help them, expend that energy in a way that's positive, so they don't get despondent when things don't work out, and so on.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I mean, without the plan, they're just gonna be like headless chicken, like going around and fighting. Ah, I'm gonna go this. I'm gonna.
yeah, yeah,
You need to have some kind of a plan. So
have a plan. Yeah.
yes, you are entering into the unknown. That you have a courage and a boldness. That's fine, but still, you need to know what the end game is. What you want to achieve at the end,
Yeah,
right? So that's
yes.
so that's
Yeah.
important to keep your mind under
Mm-hmm.
control, right?
Mm-hmm.
And have
Yeah.
that. And don't overdo it. Don't go all over. Fighting three battlefields. Just choose one.
Yeah, yeah. Choose one, and then and like I said again, think about the fire horse. You don't want to be behind the horse. You don't want to get kicked. So
Yeah, yeah,
step
yeah. That's
aside.
right.
You know what I mean? Let
Thank
them
you. Yeah,
say it. You gotta look out for yourself. You know what I mean? So they want to
that's
try
right.
on, fine. So but at
Yeah,
least, and it's good so you can recognize what it is. Um, and then I know I mentioned it to someone I know, and she's an Aries, and I never particularly I wasn't very fond of Aries because I felt in my youth because I found them to be too pushy. They were the ones that wanted all the attention. I want to get this started, but then they would drop the ball and want everyone else to, And I caught that
yeah.
early on in my 20s. I think I said, I don't like this. But then I was speaking to this woman, and she's mature, and she said, "Yeah." She said, she admitted I was that way in my youth. Now I realize I can have an idea. I now learn to breathe and say, "Let me think about. Okay, is this doable? Do I need to do it now? Can I do it? Is something I should just put down for perhaps to revisit later?" But that's decades of maturity that helped her to
That's
get
right.
there.
Yeah, yeah.
So now that doesn't mean you could be a 60-year-old and still be too, off to the races kind of thing. So it's just something to. But I learned that about people that the signs we do mature through our sun and rising signs. I've matured through my Gemini, you know,
Yeah.
because I know when I was younger, people saw me as a Gemini. Now that I've matured, I'd say in my 40s, people started seeing me more as a Capricorn. You know what I
Mm.
mean? And you know what I mean? And so they said, no, we see you're seen as more of a Capricorn, but my youths, oh, I was a Gemini. You know, and
That's
I just
funny.
learned how to manage my Gemini a little bit more now, and how to use it, utilize it
But
best.
sun is what your sun sign is. You're meant to be that. So your north node, your midheaven, and your sun sign. Those are the three things. That's your purpose. Your combination of those three is what you're meant to be and what you need to grow into. So your Gemini, your midheaven, whatever it is,
Yeah,
and
I forgot what my midheaven is.
I forgot. Did you have? Do you have
I'm
Libra? Do you
Libra.
have?
I think it's Libra because Libra's at the top
Yeah,
of my chart.
yeah. I think you have Moon there and midheaven. I think.
I think. I'm not sure.
So
I'll have to look at it. Yeah.
so midheaven, north node, and the sun. That's the combination of those three. That's your life purpose.
And my
That's
North Node is Scorpio.
there's Scorpio, there's Gemini and Libra. So how can you combine it? So it's obviously information and connection with people, but then on
Mm-hmm.
a deeper level, you
Mm-hmm. That's the Scorpios there. Yep.
on a
Mm-hmm.
esoteric, all the things that you do now, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you kind of
Mm-hmm.
grown into it. You didn't do it when you were 20, but you've grown into it, right?
Yeah, yes. And now I know how to use my Gemini. That was one of the most challenging because I had so much to communicate and so much to learn that I wanted to learn that I couldn't focus. So now I've learned how to sort of do that, realize and know that if I'm having a little meander, I realize that's what it is. But I've also used my Gemini abilities to communicate more effectively now,
It,
which is something that
you
took me far too long, but it
and
took me a few decades to get together. Sheesh.
you have a great combination. Gemini and Libra combination is about understanding both sides of the story,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
having understanding both points of view, having the
Yeah.
both perspectives, and that's huge in this world when everybody's so stuck in their ideas, or stuck in their beliefs, stuck in.
Yeah.
We have this is my right is the only right. You have this combination of understanding. Okay, where you're coming from, where you're coming from. Okay, let's
Yeah.
find.
For the
Anyway,
most part. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
There's some
So
issues right now that I'm still, right? Yeah,
I
and
know you
generally
do.
speaking, yes. But there's a couple of
Generally.
issues that,
No, no,
yeah,
I don't mean globally. I'm thinking
yes,
between maybe this is Gemini and Libra is not about global.
hmm
Aquarius is about global.
yes, yes.
Gemini and Libra is about the two of us.
The,
We're just
the
having two people,
yes, the
individuals.
the neighborhood and
Okay.
stuff like that. Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not the global, not the
Yeah.
global.
Yeah.
That's more of a Aquarius fight. That's,
Yes. Yeah.
that's
That's why
what
I'm a
they do.
tyrant. But anyhow, so
Yeah,
but no, but yeah, but that's why I said no, not the global. But that helps me in my coaching and counseling because I could help people. That's why I was a good mediator at the office because I could help people
that's right.
see the other side,
It's
and
on
I
one.
could see the other side and
You're
the
one on
value if
one.
there was some.
Yeah, one on one, on one on one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sagittarius, Aquarius, they go to the quest. Sagittarius, Aquarius
The
combination
quest.
is
Yes.
the quest
Yes.
and world. You are for the one on one. Doing the best
Mm-hmm.
on one on
Mm-hmm.
one consultations, one on one
Yeah.
therapy, one on one communication and understanding, or is it having a couple of people and giving them information and and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So guys, remember Sun, North Node, and Midheaven. Those three signs are
And does
some of the
everyone know
key.
how to locate? Tell everyone how to locate their midheaven. I'm not sure if everyone on the call here
Yeah.
is
If you don't know your chart, let me know. I can send it to you. But there is a free
Astro.com has it.
astro.com,
Astro Danced.
AstroDNs, yes, astro.com or astroseek.com. Those are the two best ones
What's
that
the other one?
AstroSeek.
AstroSeek.
Astro,
Yeah, AstroSeek. Yeah, SEEK. Yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. So that's also another one. And then you can put your date, time, and place of birth, and then you will see it. When it says ASC, that's ascendant, and then it says MC, that's midheaven. That's kind of your purpose because IC is where we're coming from, MC is where we need to
Go where we
go.
going. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sun, that's why we celebrate birthdays every year because
Yeah.
this is our sun path, and sun is our
Yes.
identity, and this is how
Right.
we grow as a person, or how identity grows. Okay, so each year we set
Mm-hmm.
intentions. When you blow candles, set intentions for the next year. It's how you grow into your identity.
I hear
It's
you,
your
Adrian.
sun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, how about the ascendant?
Ascendant is more how you approach life. So this is more literally how you approach life. This is not particularly your. I wouldn't say this is your characteristic. It's something that you find that people you think that this is the way you need to approach life to do things properly. But it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
necessarily mean you are that person unless you have sun in the
And
same sign as
mm-hmm.
the ascendant. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so for those people it's a little bit easier because the approach, like for example, my approach as a Virgo, I want to be reliable, I'm never late. But my Gemini, it doesn't care. Just want to be free. Who cares about all these
Yes.
meetings and stuff? But I feel
Yes.
that my approach to life
Yeah.
needs. I want people to see that in me for some reason. That's why we have this
Mm-hmm.
ascendant. This is something that how we approach life, and that's how would I say. It's like an open, like how what people see. Usually, that's why when people when you want to guess somebody's sun sign, you won't guess sun sign. You will probably guess their rising sign.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Yeah,
is what
because
you
that's
see.
that's how you
So
show. That's how I show up. Someone put
yeah,
here. Mine is saying so. She must have a sun and must have a rising
in the Cancer,
and
with
Cancer. Right. What rising and what do you have the what she said? What was I just talking about?
rising and
Rising
sun. So rising and sun, that means
and
you're
sun.
growing. So your approach to life and what you grow into your kind of your life purpose is the same. So it's easier, right? Because it's you know um,
So for a Cancer like her with a double Cancer, how would that look? How would her life?
well, just being a nurturer and caring, having this, I always say for cancer risings especially because they have an approach of being a mother to everybody. They're like
Hmm.
they're definitely they don't care. They care for everybody, neighbors, because this is their how first thing that you see at the door when they open the door is like, oh, are you hungry? Are you cold? Are
Yes.
you
Yes.
thirsty? That's
Yes.
cancer, right? So making sure that you are nurtured, and that's their approach. But because it's a sun sign as well, oh, she has Cancer, Sun, Cancer, Rising, Cancer, Moon.
Okay.
Oh, she has
Wow. I'm
sleeping.
MC.
Wow, Aries.
MC and
Wow,
Aries. Okay.
very cardinal. So that means
Yes.
it's initiating things. So that's
Hmm.
why that's why Cancer is cardinal because they're initiating. Oh, are you hungry? I'm going to make you food. They're not
Mm.
waiting for somebody to give them food to nurture them. They're the one who are. Oh, I'm going to put kettle on. Oh, I'm going to find you a blanket. Oh, do you need this? Do you need an emotional support? Do you want to cry on my shoulder, kind of a thing, right?
Yeah.
They're there for to be that,
I
right?
had a female boss that way many years ago, and I never got I had foot surgery, and I couldn't come to. I had to be off normal time to recover, but I was okay. But I couldn't drive to work, so she would come pick me up. But she would bring me casseroles that she had made for me,
Yeah.
like two
See,
servings, and she had
that's
different ones in the freezer. She made ahead of time. She said, "Oh no, I get in the car. She get me in the car and hand me a casserole." I was
that's
like, I mean, I was like, and she was a pretty blonde. I mean, she was one of those. She was a Southern woman, but I mean, she was Texan, but she was pretty and but a very nurturing spirit.
yeah.
She would make casseroles for ET. If you can't, she's that kind of if she could sense if you were having a little issue or whatever. She always had a tissue handy. She was just a really a sweet. And I knew very little about astrology, and I just
Yeah, 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 yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
But I
yeah,
could
yeah.
sense that she had that a nurturing. She probably was a triple cancer or a double because
She was just maybe a Cancer rising,
cancer
and
rising.
then depends what is the moon side that
Her
rules that.
moon. That's it. Okay.
So you can see the
Yes.
flavor of that. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Cancer
Mm-hmm.
rising, but if it's a moon in Gemini, it's probably somebody who's nurturing with words. So
Right.
Cancer rising with moon in Gemini will find the right words
The
to
right words
comfort
to
you,
say.
to
Yes.
comfort you. If it's a moon in Capricorn, they're gonna be more of they're gonna be like oh, okay, let's make a plan. What you need?
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm
Let's
gonna
get
get
it
this.
done.
Let's
Yeah.
get
Yes.
everything done. Okay,
General
what do you need?
Patton.
Like,
General
right?
Patton. Yes.
Yes, right. But they're
Yes.
still gonna, so that depends on the flavor of the moon. But that's why astrology is so beautiful. Like all these combinations
Yeah.
you have, and then you
Yes.
can
Yeah.
we can explore it. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, I'm not necessarily a Virgo. I don't think I am. But this is the way I feel that I need to be in order to people to accept me,
So
whatever. Or
your Virgo's where again? Your Virgo's your rising.
rising. Yeah. I'm very rarely late. I really don't like
Mm-hmm.
to be late. That's
Mm-hmm.
number one. I want to be reliable. I want to be of service. I'm gonna,
Well,
make
be of
sure that
service. See, be of
I,
service. That's very Virgoing.
I'm first one to raise the hand. Oh, who's gonna do it? I'm gonna do it. Don't worry.
Yes.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'll do it. Always first.
Yes.
Now I'm a little bit better, but when I was
Yeah,
young,
you know, you're a little bit better. Yeah, that's like, yeah, 'cause you could really knock yourself out with all that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was like, gee, always in the
Yes.
first row, putting my
Yeah.
hand up, like,
Yeah. Yes.
Lee,
Yeah. Yes.
So that can
Mm-hmm.
be because but my Gemini is a free spirit. My Gemini doesn't
Mm-hmm.
care if it's late. Geminis are usually late. Geminis are, so that's what I'm saying. It's a different approach. But anyway, it's a lovely thing to explore. That's why astrology is
And
wonderful.
now I want just for people who are listening, the
Hmm.
MC, because that's
Yeah,
not the MC. I'm sorry, the MC, but even the nodes, because the nodes aren't a real thing, so they're just a place.
but
The
it's
nodes,
yes. So the nodes are happening when the sun and the moon meet at the ecliptic. Okay, that's why. Um,
the movement around, and where they
yeah.
intersect is there. Hmm.
So our point of view. So always think about
Yes,
the point of view
from
of
our point
Earth,
of view on
right?
Earth, right?
Right, because we are spinning around ourselves. Moon is spinning around us, and we spin with the moon around the sun, right? So there's like a three motion, not one. So
And I
anyway,
felt all of them this. I felt all of them this past month. I was spinning. The Earth was spinning. We were all spinning. It
my
was a
brain was
mess.
my brain was spinning definitely inside,
Yes.
inside of my head. It was
Yeah,
going.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So the nodes, um, it's like the active the node, the south node, is your memory. Is something you were born with. It's easily. If you believe in past lives, it's something that you experienced in the past lives, or something that you just born easily with, and then you need to kind of take the best of the south node
Mm-hmm.
and take it forward to the path to embracing the north node. Okay,
You're right.
so
Yeah, I have a good because I think mine is too. Mine is a little bit severe. I have a south node in Taurus, and then a north node in Scorpio. That's like that's very different. One is homebody, and the Scorpio is like we're going. It's like it's a very powerful sorceress kind of energy. Kind of it can be, and the Taurus is like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? So
uh,
my Taurus it
yeah,
taught me how
yeah.
to run a home and cook early as a young girl. I had a lot of responsibility as a young girl, and I could manage. I think as that Taurus my Taurus self known. I had some experience of that, but to me it was also not a trap, but I would I found it to be too much of a comfort zone for me, perhaps, and I didn't then want to pursue what should be I'm here for, which is my North Node. And I would sort of like double back and say,
Yeah,
well, I just want to go ahead and do what I've been doing.
because it's intense. It's intense. It's easier to be in a comfy Taurus. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to go into the dark side and face the shadows and intensity
Yeah.
because it's not
Yes.
comfortable. You want to be comfortable, right? So that was the.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a question. True node is North Node.
Yes.
Not
Good.
exactly. I mean,
Good.
true.
I'm so glad
There's
you asked that.
Yeah. So there's a true node and a mean node.
In the
This is
mean
just
note.
the way we calculate the north and the south node. It's the way we calculate. So true node, I would say, is the right calculation because we have advanced our knowledge, scientific how to calculate. Before that, ancient astrologers used the mean node, which is an average.
The
It
average.
was like
That's what I thought in the
that was
mean.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, some people say that if you calculate both the space between the true and the mean is that very important as well because it gives you extra potent because it's something in between. So some people even
Yes.
pay attention to the
Yeah,
space
that
between.
void, that space in
Yes,
between the
yeah,
liminal space is a lot of power there.
yes,
That yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's usually not a big difference, like maybe 1 degree, 2 degrees. Not It's
Oh,
not a
okay.
huge difference. Yeah, it's not a
Oh,
huge
okay.
difference for the nodes for the because there's other calculations like a Lilith has a true Lilith and mean Lilith as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
I've seen the mean Lilith, and I was like, I know that,
yeah,
but I mean, but yeah, that's the yeah, but
but that's
I'm
that's
a play on
wider.
words. Mm-hmm.
But that's wider. That's like a
Oh, it's
even
wider.
maybe it can be up to 5, 6, 7 degrees depending.
Oh,
So or
okay.
even up to 10. I don't know. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not an expert. I don't know much, but
Yeah.
it's a wider aspect. So some people say that in between that you're not black your black moon Lilith is something. It has a wider specter of what can touch her and trigger her. We're talking about this about triggering stuff, right? So
Yes.
I use true because it's more it's a more accurate
Accurate.
calculation
Okay.
based on yeah. But some people use uh, as I mentioned, astrology is one language, many dialects
Many
with
dialects.
many
That's excellent way
and
to put it. And then
yes,
idioms, and then different neighborhoods. I mean, it's just
there you go.
wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're so
Yes,
cute.
yes,
Thank
she's
you.
an expert.
You're
You're
so
an
cute.
expert in training. I mean, because you're actually
Yeah, no,
approaching that.
I'm
Yeah.
in training.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no,
Mm-hmm.
but I think I have that on my board to remind me that
Yeah.
I need
Yeah.
to if
Well,
I want to
experts. That's
be.
how experts get there, is by working at
Yes,
it.
vision board. Yeah, yeah. But I want to. It reminds me that I always need. If I want to be an expert, I need to also work on myself and work on my knowledge every day. That's
Yeah.
also what experts
Yes.
do.
Right.
So that's another reminder. Vision boards
Mm-hmm.
can be a reminder of our own stuff.
Which is
Anyway.
so good because we have a whole level of anytime I see the different like my that I'm becoming first chair, meaning I'm at the age now where a lot of my elders are going.
Yeah.
So I'm like, where's everybody? You know what I mean? And I'm not ready yet to be. You know what I mean? It's so comfortable all these
Oh
years
no no no.
of having an elder or senior above me to go to, and now people looking at me. I remember being in class one time and people looking at me. I'm like, don't look at me. Why are you looking at me? You know what I mean?
But that's a Gemini thing. I think I also as a Gemini always have. I need a mentor for some reason.
Yes,
It's a
yes,
very like a very student like,
yes.
and then so that's I think it's a Gemini thing. But I think because you're Capricorn rising, you definitely not only I think you were senior and authority to many even before you realized.
I
I think
was far
yes,
too young, and just now am I growing
yeah,
into that. But
yeah,
but now I was talking to a
yeah,
friend, we were laughing about. I was like, who am I supposed to ask if all of you guys are gone? You know what I mean and stuff. So, but that's why you have to actually be what you're doing, and be on that path because we don't want to have too much of a void in between. We
yes,
have the going outs and the comings ins.
yeah.
So
That's right.
it
That's
has
right.
to be a flow.
I'm still on the young side, and I have so many things to learn and to
And
grow
how
and
much
to
you know
develop.
right now is amazing, and how
Oh,
you're allowed to even practice this. When I was your
yeah.
age, she couldn't even practice like this. I mean, you couldn't even find the books to not. I mean, it's so good to have people like I see. Well, I call people like you fetuses. I'm like, how do they know that much already? And you know what I mean? And they know so
It's
much,
a bit.
and because you guys have had a longer and more available to you, and
It's a more
you knew
available.
that you
More
loved it.
available. Yeah,
Yes,
it's more
and so you
available.
approached
That's
it, and you took
yeah.
it. Yeah, so that's just so
I think
wonderful to see.
that's right. I didn't know about you then, but what my motivation was Anne because I mean, I learned about her story that she started when she was, because I listened to other astrologers. Oh, I started when I was this, and then Anne
Yeah.
came to picture, and her story. I started when I was 42. That's what she said, and I'm like,
Yeah, she was
and
in
I'm like,
corporate America. She was in corporate America for
she was
years.
in her she was in her 40s when she even had her first reading, and then she just 7 years later started to practice. When she was like almost
Yes.
50,
Yes.
and I thought, oh my God, and look how much she accomplished. And then she was my inspiration to actually start seriously,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I thought, I thought I was too old. I was 40. Like, who's,
Oh, come on. No,
I
no.
know, but I have to think
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, exactly. Yes,
It's
yes,
ridiculous, right? And then I said, oh
yes.
my God, if, oh, and I thought, okay, great. So it's not too late. So I was like, that really helped me.
And
And
truth
story
be
helped me.
told, I mean, you have the not only the credentials, but when I say credentials, you have the chart. Your chart has the credentials. For your
Oh, yeah.
Gemini mind and your Virgo, right? I mean, you have all that Mercury as your ruler. You have
Hey,
this brainiac being,
I
as
had
a
a,
ruler who's saying, "Come on, I got you." You can't
JeMaja,
ask for.
I have to tell you, I took OPA mentorship with Anne.
You did,
Yeah,
yeah. No,
yeah,
she's
and
yes,
I loved it. And she gave us a reading, each one of us there, and I asked her, like, what kind of astrologer should I be? What do you think? And she goes, with all that Gemini, you are going to do at least six different
yeah,
things.
yes, yes,
Like,
yeah.
oh, thank you very much, Anne.
Yes,
Thank you
yes, yeah.
very
Well, yeah, exactly. She made yeah,
much.
yeah. No,
She goes,
absolutely.
moon. Oh, she said eight. She said eight. Moon, Mercury, Sun, and midheaven, all in Gemini. That's all times two. So she goes.
Yes.
She said, "You want to do eight different things in astrology." I said, "Oh, thank
Hmm.
you, Anne. You really narrowed it down to me."
Yeah, but,
Anyway,
but for you, that is narrowing it down.
yeah,
Actually,
to eight.
I mean, I know from another Gemini speaking, it's like because I used to have a friend and she meant well, but she'd say, "Gemini, you only got to pick out one thing." I was like, you don't
No,
know I'm a
no,
Gemini. I can't pick out at least two for me to
Gem.
even be able to sleep at night. You know what I mean? I need two
So,
things.
so guys, for each Gemini placement you have to pick two things for that Gemini placement.
Yeah.
Two things to make my moon happy, two things to make my Mercury happy, two things to
Wow.
make my
Well,
sun happy, two
yes.
things to make my midheaven happy.
Yeah.
Two things.
Yes.
Anyway, so that's funny. I thought that was like interesting to hear.
Yeah,
I
because
need to, yeah.
go ahead. No, you go
No,
ahead.
no, no. I'm just thinking I need to do horary. I'm a
Explain
little bit better.
horary again. Horary is
I
when you
I
actually
ask a question,
you ask a question
and then you
and
get
you
a
quest the chart for the time of the asking of the question.
yes, and you set a chart for the time that the person asks a question, and then you interpret the chart, and it's a whole new ball game. It's
It
different than
is.
how you interpret the natal charts or do forecasting. It's a completely different, and I still need to grasp that in a way. I just learned a little bit, but I need to take I think I'm going to do the depth holdings class or wait
Oh, okay. I hear
or
she's excellent. I hear
yeah,
she, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And then there's not elect,
That's
elections.
electional.
Election.
Electional is good. I kind of mastered electional. I did a lot of elections, and I do it for my husband, for my friends a lot. Like, when is the best time to do this? And I do it. It takes time to be visually, but I like it. I think
Hmm.
my Virgo rising, my approach
Hmm.
like
Hmm. Hmm.
so you are electing the best time to initiate
To
something.
right,
It, the thing is, you cannot be perfect, but it should
right.
be close to perfect. And the most important thing is you need to connect with your own chart. If it does that, that's what Frank Clifford taught me. You can have, you can have, oh, this is a good time. Like I'll tell you guys, the moon in Cancer next week, the first quarter moon, is a good day to elect. It's a good election day.
Yes,
But if you want to make it what time during the day is the best time to do something, it needs to be aligned with your chart
with your chart
and with your place where you are at the moment
at the
when you are
moment.
doing things. When you're doing things.
Right.
So, for
Okay.
example, if you have a web designer who is doing your website, but they're in Europe and you're in America, for example, then it needs to be on that time zone, on there when they push the button, not on your time. So that's why whoever pushes the button, it has to
Oh,
be their place, right?
okay.
For example, you live in New York and your designer is in California, 3 hours,
Yes.
and he pushes the button when I tell you for your time, he's going to be 3 hours too soon, and it's not going to be a
Right.
good election. If that's what I'm saying. So it needs to
Yeah,
be a
I got
place,
you. Gotcha. Very
a
good
place,
example.
yeah, a place of that person who does send the email, and The best ones are if they are aligned to your chart,
Right.
especially the angles.
Especially the
If the
angles.
if the angles are connected to your angles, that is the most personal because those are the
Mm-hmm.
because we can share planets with other people, but angles rarely,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's
Mm-hmm.
exact. So
Yeah.
if the angles are connected with the election chart, then it's the most effective thing.
I just
Yeah.
got a visual of, and I watched a lot of these movies, and I think I would have been a good one. A safe cracker, and they listen to the safe to hear the click,
Yes.
because
Yes.
the cylinders are lining up, and you got to be quiet because you got to listen and get it exact. There was a movie about these group of people who are training to be, to get this massive big safe, and it was so fascinating to see all ages. I didn't care how old or how young you were because these were people who had this ability to line up
Yes.
the
Yeah.
cycles. That's what it is. It's a cycle.
Yeah. Yeah.
A
Yeah.
cylinder. Cylinders are a cycle.
Yep, that's correct. I do electional astrology actually offer as my service. I in the last year, I just started this year to offer it because in the last year I did a lot of elections for free, a lot.
So that
But
say I wanted to know a good time to relaunch my website.
yes,
I would ask you that.
yes, or yeah, get married or start
Buy a
this.
house or something or
Yes, yes.
move.
I don't do medical. I have to say
No,
I
medical's its
don't do
own.
yeah,
Yeah,
sorry, medical surgeries. I will not elect time for that stuff. I'm not a medical astrologer and I'm not gonna do that. I have to tell you. But other stuff, you can elect things for yeah, something that, it's not always perfect.
mm-mm.
But it's very interesting. It's I feel so good when, for example, if you're applying for a job
Right.
or I can tell you exactly when to send the CV, what time
Mm,
it is pressed. Sometimes you need to wake up at 2 a.m. and do it, or
yes.
you can schedule
Right.
emails these days, right? But those
Yes.
kind of things, if you really wanna, if you're applying for something important, if you whatever. Also, in general, text when you're sending text, it has to be void moon. The
Void
best.
moon.
Always do texts for void moon, and taught me that, and I'm doing it for the last 5 years. Never had a problem. Knock on wood. I
Good.
always send my texts during the void moon
Well, that's
because
another
that
thing to be people don't realize about how to use the void moons. And Ann taught me about void moons too. So
yeah
it's amazing. But you and I talked about how we go to. I really get up in the morning, and I usually have I put it on my calendar on my diary. But I like looking at for the new month. I look and see get a feel for
yeah
the void moons, and I've gotten to the point now I can sort of sense when a moon is void
yes
because you could
yes
feel it. You could feel like okay, and because your body actually is in tune. There's still a part of you that's in tune with that, saying
yes.
this is a good time for us to just do laundry, just so relax, but not the time to, do some things that
My
are of
my
consequence.
my husband always tell. Oh, he always like, is it void moon now? Can I do this? I said, no, not now. Wait, can I do not now?
No,
He's
oh, this is
obsessed.
here. I agree with Rusted Mystic. I too have
Uh,
my power days. My day I was born Thursday. I do love Thursdays. That's my
uh,
birthday day. Um,
I was born on Sunday.
you
I
born
was
on
born.
Sunday?
I'm a Sunday girl.
So do you feel better? I mean, for me, I always like Thursdays. For me, have always been juicy. I don't know something about Thursdays. Even the name Thursday, I feel good about Thursday, and I
That's
realize
good. That's
that's
good.
probably yeah the day
That's
I was
good.
born. Mm-hmm.
That's good. I don't know. I love Sundays. Sundays are always fun. I mean, you don't go to work. You do what you like. I like
Yeah, but
Sundays.
Sundays always give me anxiety because you have to go to work the next day. That's why Sundays for me was always a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit
it was an
like,
excited day.
"Ugh." Yeah. And
No, no, I
that's
love
right.
Sundays.
Now that I'm retired, I actually told people, I said, listen, I can't have any time sensitive things on Monday. Do not schedule anything with
Oh
me
yeah.
on a
No, no, but
Monday
in
morning ever
in
again. I
general,
mean, I give in sometimes, of course, but I really say no after 40 years, no and hell no. You know what I mean?
no,
For
no, no,
most
that's right.
things.
In general, guys, Mondays are the worst days to start diet, to start exercise. It's a moon day. You have to feed
Moon
your.
day,
So
yes.
when people tell me I go on a diet or start, I'm gonna do it for Monday. That's the worst. No,
Yeah.
you start a diet or exercise or any kind of routine that it's not that you're not comfortable with. You always start either on Tuesday, Mars Day,
Tuesday, Mars,
or Saturday, Saturn Day.
Saturn. Mm-hmm.
Tuesday and Saturdays are days to do things.
Yes.
Monday is feed your moon day. Take it easy, take
Yeah,
rest,
that's what I put on my
take,
calendar as my moon day. Yes. Usually I
and
do nothing before at the afternoon. If I have to do something, I schedule things not before, double digits, like not before noon.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
It's like it's funny. It's like Frank Clifford says. He goes, I never knew there were 2 9 o'clocks. I only know 9 p.m. He doesn't do that.
That's a funny one.
Yeah, because
Yes.
I never knew
Oh,
that there are 2 9 o'clocks.
yes. Yeah,
Because
that's when I used to be a freelance journalist many
that's
years ago.
funny.
The same thing. I
Yeah.
have this guy who called me and he actually wanted to interview me, take me to lunch, and he actually hired me. Lovely man. And he said, "You want me for breakfast?" I said, "Breakfast? I'm a journalist. You mean let's do lunch? You know what I
that's,
mean?
that's
We could do
exactly what
lunch, but
Frank
I'm
says.
not."
That's what breakfast says.
Yeah,
That's what Frank
yes.
says. 9 a.m. Are you kidding
Yeah,
me? What is
yeah,
9 a.m.?
yeah.
That's
Well, my sister and I used to have this
yeah.
thing because my mother would call us. She knew she could catch us. So when we lived out of state, obviously, my sister and I, my mother was in New York. My sister and I lived other states. She would call us like 7 or 8 a.m. and try to call you before you left to go
Oh
to
my
work.
God.
And so my sister and I had this agreement. I mean, now we've changed because we're so much older. Before we had this agreement: do not call me before double digits. So if the clock doesn't
Yeah.
say 10
Good.
o'clock in the morning, what are you doing calling me? It better be an emergency.
That's
Oh, that was
right.
the funniest. You know what
I
I mean?
love that.
But
Not
now she and
before
I up,
double
we're
digits.
texting at 4 a.m. because she's up at 4. I'm in the bed
Oh
texting her
my
back. So
God.
it's so different now. But back then it was like, don't call me at
Yeah.
8 a.m. unless somebody's in the
I
hospital. And
like
so
that. I like that. If not before double digits.
not
I
before
like
double
that.
digits, people, you know?
I like that. I
It's,
like that.
it's, the,
Yeah. Very good. Very
it's
good,
so,
guys. Yeah. Thank you very much,
this was so much
JeMaja.
fun today. I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, the good celebration, right?
Yeah,
Celebrating the new
it was
year.
a good
Yeah,
celebration. We had some
yeah,
learnings and we had some laughs and
yeah. I'm happy that we did it. I really, when we don't do it, when I miss a week with you, I don't feel good. Let's
yeah,
meet.
I didn't at first. I was no. I gotta be honest because midday when I was getting tired, I said, "Why did
Yeah,
I say we could do it today? I could have been
yeah,
sleeping. You know what I mean? I could eat whatever." And then as we got, and then you said, "Let's do it at 7." I said, "Okay, I can make 7. I just feel a little bit better. I just need that little extra time. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I had a glass of water. You know what I mean?
Good,
I
good.
sent out an email and I was like, okay, now I'm ready
Well,
to do it. But and plus I wanted to
okay.
celebrate the new year and
I
stuff.
know,
So
I know.
and
Thank
whatnot.
you for that. I know. Thank you. I know you have the schedule this weekend, but
You
thank
do
you very
too.
much.
You gotta feed little Adrian, so that's what I was concerned about.
He had fun. He had fun. We spent some time with my aunt in
Oh,
Toronto.
he's gonna sleep. He's gonna sleep good tonight.
He's gonna sleep. It was an exciting day. It's
Yeah,
all good.
he's gonna have a good sleep
Yeah,
and
he's
good
gonna have a good sleep.
dreams. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was on a March break last week, so his school is starting
Oh,
tomorrow. So a new
nice.
cycle.
Yeah, yeah. No, this is
Yeah,
good. So good to do this. And I was saying Sundays is important to have. I mean, not saying we had to change it to Sundays, but Sundays can be a difficult day for people. So to have something like this on a Sunday is not too late.
we can change it to Sundays as well. I'm okay. I was born on Sunday. I told you. I can do it on
Yeah,
Sunday.
because typically, I mean, let's think about that. I wouldn't mind doing that
I don't mind
because,
doing it Sundays. I don't
yeah,
mind doing Sundays at all.
it just felt so good when I said, "Oh, it's a Sunday at 7." It's before you. I
Okay,
said, "This feels good."
if you're for it, Mercury is direct. We can make a commitment. Let's change it. You know what? We need to change sometimes. You're Gemini.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
need to shift a
yes.
little bit.
We did for a while. We did good for a while. Yeah.
Yeah,
So now
yeah.
let's
Let's do
see.
Sundays. Let's do Sundays if you want.
Sundays at
At
what
7.
time?
I
Oh, I
like
like
Sundays at
that.
7. I like Sundays at 7. Sounds like good. Sundays is
Even
like a
sounds
news,
nice. Sundays at 7.
like a news. Like Sunday
Yes,
at 7 news.
yes.
Watch out. Da, da, da.
Yeah, yes. I may have
Astro
to
news.
rename our show. Sundays at
Yeah,
7.
Sundays at 7. Astro news. Yeah,
Yeah,
Sundays.
Astro News. Yes.
Astro news. Yeah, it's not even weekly weather. We don't know. Astro news at
Astro
Sunday at
News.
7. Astro news Sunday at 7. I like that. There you go.
Yeah, something
I
different.
like that. Good.
Yeah, 'cause that's
Let's.
why I'm looking at changing our graphic too. I need to change our graphic. I said that's all last year, and now we need to do something
Okay.
new. You know,
Somebody said yeah, the color yellow, which is Gemini colors.
Sunday. Sunday is yeah.
But also the Gemini color is yellow and blue.
I didn't know the Gemini color was
Yes.
yellow and blue. My sister, because she used to always get on me for wearing blue so much. So and now I like
So
yellow. I didn't like yellow before because to me it seemed
it's
too.
not my favorite either, but it's a Gemini color, and because you have that you use that cup yellow blue cup of
Yeah,
coffee for
that
our
thing is that
show.
I love that. I love that
I like
visual.
that. That's very Gemini colors, those two, and I like that. If
Okay,
you want,
so maybe I'll.
maybe you can change the graphic if you
We
want, or
can.
maybe I'll help you. Maybe I can send you something like an
Yeah,
expert
because we
news,
could
some
either use
expert
that
news.
cup or find something. I like that. That's why I probably chose it. I saw that cup and I said
Yeah.
I don't like it totally, but I like it in this because it's a cup of tea or something like that, and we're sharing and we're talking and
Let me make some graphic for it. It's going to be Astro News Sunday at 7, and it's going to be blue and yellow. I'm going to make it, and I'll send
good,
it to you.
good,
And
and
then
and that
yeah,
kind of blue too. Like it's sort of like a royal blue with that
yes.
nice yellow.
Um,
It's like a
uh,
gold. It's almost like a gold. I mean, it's not. No, it's more like it's a yellow. It's a true yellow. Yeah, it's a true yellow.
for Gemini's is a little lighter blue, like it's a blue like on your
Yeah, but that
it's
doesn't look
that
as
kind of
good.
a blue.
That doesn't look as good with the yellow to me. The yellow
But
looks
those are
better with
but
that.
those are but those are the colors. So
Yes.
look at this blue. This is the Gemini blue
Yes, and I've always had
and yellow.
the
This is it.
and that yellow. Yes, okay, that's the yellow,
This
right?
blue and that yellow. Those are. I have this. This is the. When I was in Croatia, little kid, he colored this is a stone he colored, and he was selling it for €1 or something on a
Oh,
beach, and I bought it.
yes,
a little
yes.
a little entrepreneur. I said,
See,
I'm
wow, that's
supporting
so
her. Look at
good.
that. So I always
I
have it as
like
a
it.
reminder. Yeah, there's a sailboat, a lighthouse on
Oh,
the water,
his
and it's
creative works. He's
yes.
selling his creative
Look,
works.
and this is the name of the place that I buy. Doesn't matter, but he put like the colors and the name of the place. And I am always have this on my table as a reminder of how even how to be more entrepreneurial, or he'd be brave to do and sell stuff. He was literally doing this and selling. He goes, "Hi, good evening. Would you like to buy my things?" I said, "Yes, I would.
Yes, me
Yes,
too.
I
Yeah, I
would.
do. Yes, I do. For
Yes,
that, me saying,
yes."
someone wrote in Swedish colors or blue and
There you
yellow.
go. That's Swedish colors. That's Karina. Hi, Karina. That's the colors of Gemini. I'll make something happen. I'll send it to you, and
Yes,
let's rebrand ourselves in this Aries season. A new us coming on the Sunday.
yes.
I love it. I love it,
Good.
Jamaja. See, there you go.
Okay.
Here.
Yes, this is fabulous, and everybody's here to witness it and do it.
Yes.
Give us that energy
Yes.
together, and give us the
Thank you.
feedback. And
There
and
you go.
and yeah,
Fire.
because you can wear
Fire.
citrine for the yellow. Yeah, I love citrine. I'm
Ooh.
citrine. This woman who did Vedic, the stones, Vedic astrology, but and Tulin said that I should wear, people always get like a diamond ring. He said, no, when you get engaged, you should get a yellow sapphire or a citrine. Sapphire's more expensive, but you know what I mean? The yellow, because I had on a rose quartz, beautiful necklace and bracelet. And he said, this is the
But
guy, he
that's
says,
love. I know, but
and
that's
he said,
love.
those colors, he said, that's good. Not, he said, it's pretty, but it won't do anything for you. And I was like, he wasn't rude, but he was so direct. Like, that pink is not going to do anything for you. You need to be
Probably
wearing
a
yellow.
Sagittarius. Probably a Sagittarius.
Yeah, 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 yes. Oh, it was brutal. It was brutal.
Yeah, probably a Sag. Just giving it
Yes.
to you straight in your head.
Yes.
You know.
So we can do our
Anyway.
citrine. That's thank you for that too.
Ooh, I
Citrine,
like that.
yes.
I like that. Oh, so many. See, guys, you're full of ideas. You're full of inspiration. This is the Aries energy I was talking about. This is
Yeah,
it. This is
yes.
exactly what I'm talking about. Do the change. Do something different. I like that, Jamaja. We're gonna show it by example what we
Right.
need.
Yes.
Rebranding ourselves. Different day, different styling. I like that.
Yeah,
Very good.
yes.
I love it.
Good. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
Teresa joined. Good, Teresa. I'm so glad to see you
Yeah.
join. That's I always want to call it Tiger, and I don't.
Hi,
I'm not
Teresa.
dyslexic, but I always switch. Your mind switches what you want to see and pronounce easier. And I know it's
I know.
TGYA, and I always say, "Oh, there's Tiger." No, that's not.
Uh, Tiga.
That's Teresa Tiga. Well, this
Tiga.
is this is
Yeah.
Tiga. You Tigya something.
Tiga. I like that. Cool.
Stuff.
Thanks,
So
everybody.
yes, everyone
Thank you
have a
so
good
much.
week.
Have a great week, guys. Let me know what you did this week. And I don't know, enjoy it. Have fun. Do some things. Act. It's a great week. Great week ahead. Great week ahead.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. And
Beautiful day, everybody. Yeah, beautiful
yes,
weekend
beautiful
for you
day.
guys.
Oh yeah, look at those colors.
I love it. I love it.
That's
Yeah.
the roster.
We should be more colorful. Like this, even design these days, it's very gray, white, very bland. How they design things these days. Everything is
Yeah, and
so,
the monochrome and the flat tones. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I
I
don't
think it's yeah. We gotta live out loud, live more color, and bring more
know.
color. Because just looking at these colors and hearts makes me happy. You know what I mean? Just seeing these different
Yeah,
colors right now actually lifts my spirits.
That's
Good
right. That's
stuff.
right.
So, hey, Patricia. So, okay, so I'll post it. I'll post this as soon as we
Thank you.
finish,
Thank you.
and we'll see everyone Sunday
Sunday at 7.
at
News,
7.
Astro News. Next,
Astro
next,
News Sunday at
next,
7. I
next
can
Astro
hear
News.
the yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll try to find some
coming.
music that's whatever on the thing.
It's gonna be fun. I love it.
Somebody passes a card. This just in.
Yeah, yeah,
Pluto
yeah.
just in.
And you were a journalist, by the way. You were a journalist. So yeah,
I was
oh,
a
it's fine.
journalist, not on
Right.
TV, but
I
you know
love.
what I mean.
Doesn't matter. I love it. Oh yeah, yeah. This just came in. Oh, and we have something live. Who is
Live,
live?
yes, yes.
Live from the conference. What are you saying? What's
Something.
happening?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
that's so,
the comet is. He missed the comet. Missed the Earth. Good news,
yes,
everybody.
right,
The
right. That's
comet.
true. But and I liked when I went on the cruise with Anne. We had as a husband and wife team, and she was studying with. I think she was studying with Steve Clifford. No, not Clifford. Stephen Forrest,
Oh
I
yeah, yeah.
think.
Oh, the
and
revolutionary.
and she should be finished now. I know she. I'm pretty sure she finished, completed her studies, and her husband is an astronomer. So we went to the top deck twice. One day we couldn't because there was such a bad storm that the captain said no one. He closed the whole top two floors of
Wow.
the ship. It was the food and the activity says nope, no one up there unless we'd be one less person or two. But anyhow, as we wanted to see because we could see we're such a high degree because we're at the top of the higher degree of the world, and but so he was going over how he was sharing things that I think astrologers should know. There's been that uneasy situation between astrologers and astronomers. So he was building a little bridge,
I like that.
with
I
his
like that
work. Hmm.
because that's right. We should all work together, not against.
Yes,
That's the whole point. We can learn from each
yes.
other. Yes,
Yes,
Liz.
because
Yes, Liz.
someone said, what you guys look at the plans, but you don't even know what they're doing. You don't know what they mean. What do you I mean,
Uh,
trying to
yeah, yeah,
say?
yeah.
Yeah.
What are they made of? Like what are they? But
Yes.
like
Yeah.
that's why Jupiter or over promises sometimes because it's a just giant of gas.
Yes.
Jupiter
It's
is
a gas
gas.
giant.
There's
Yes.
no solid. It's not
Mm-hmm.
solid at all. That's why he can
Mm-hmm.
over promise, right?
Right.
But
Yes.
he's also protected because we have those meteors going around. He's protecting the Earth with his gravity, so the meteor doesn't
Yes.
come. So
Right.
that's why he's a protector. I find him
Yes.
more of a protector than a giver, and
Than a
people
giver.
forget that.
Mm.
He will not maybe give you money, but he will protect you of losing money, and you don't know
Mm.
because you don't know you didn't you can't feel that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't
Yes.
know you don't know what could you potentially lose because you didn't lose it, so you don't know. But
Right.
think about that about Jupiter
About
always
Jupiter. And it's also known as the
protecting.
Guru planet in Vedic astrology. They call it the Guru planet.
Yes. Everybody who has Jupiter in the 12th house, they say it's a guardian angel. And I can testify many people who have Jupiter on uh, my dad included.
In the 12th house, that their guardian
Yes,
angel or earth angel.
yes. People with Jupiter in 12th house, some people say that Jupiter in the 12th house in the natal chart is like a guardian angel that is helping you. Although you
Wow.
go through hardship in life,
'Cause that's
he
a
kind of,
12th house is a little tough. Yeah.
yeah, but he's protecting you because
That's what I mean. So to have that there in Jupiter, that's great. Okay. It's
because the
good to
12th
know.
house is the unknown. It's the
Yes.
and then he's protecting you from the forces out there.
Yeah. Yes.
So all you guys who have,
Guiding you through the
yeah,
night, the unknown. Yes, guiding you
yeah,
through the unknown.
yeah, yeah. So that's
I love
another
those.
one.
I love those little sayings, those little
Yeah,
tips. You
yeah,
know,
yeah, 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 yeah.
Did I ever tell you the tip
Definitely.
about he's passed away now, but one of my earliest Ann knew him. His name is Monty, and he was so good at explaining things. So he said to me, he said, JeMaja, I just when I was still very young in astrology, he says a Libra is an Aries that went to charm school.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But which is right. Which is
Because at the time I
absolutely
was dating
right.
this guy, he had an Aries moon, and I had a Libra moon, and he said, "Oh, you two are gonna be funny because he's more of he's rough cut, but you're a little bit more refined because you went to charm school, so you're more, you won't
I
just
like
blurt
that.
out something,
I
you'll
like
do
that.
it diplomatically." You know what I mean? So, but I never forgot that there's a few of them that he went over. He calls Pluto the Rotor-Rooter planet. It's Rotor. It goes beneath. Like the pipes, the
Hmm.
Rotor-Rooter is a company we have here in the United States that does plumbing, and the Roto-Rooter goes low and cleans out stuff that's not seen. Cleans out so So
I like
he's like
that.
Frank Clifford. He had a whole bunch of those that helped people
I
like
know.
me
Yes.
get
Uh,
some big concepts easily.
Christopher Ransom is also very good with those little
Yes.
tips. I like him. I couldn't go this weekend. He had
Yeah, he did. I
uh,
saw
a,
that. I didn't see it
a
till today
master
that he
class.
had something, or
Yeah, a
yesterday.
master. Yeah, this weekend a master class yesterday about quincunxes.
Yes.
I was actually in Toronto doing this short readings, but he was saying that so what is a quincunx? So he had a short video like a teaser. It's on YouTube. I'll send it to you. You guys, you have to listen. It's for 10 minutes, but it's so good. He said, "What is the quincunx? Why is this energy? Blah, blah, blah?" Because it's between the trine and the opposition. So, for example, he goes, "Ooh, it's a trine. First, you see the trine. Ooh, I like this person, and you go on a date, and then you start talking, and it's not good. It's an opposition. So first, there's an attraction, but when you go deeper, something is repulsive. So in a sense,
Mhm.
that's the quincunx. There's attraction and
Then red flags. Then
and
okay.
red flags at the same time. That's why you that kind of it's not a good energy because
Hmm.
you don't know what to do with this. Like why do I
Yeah.
what So that's kind of and
And you
I love
can't
how
see
he
it, and
explains.
because critical comes has because you can't see the other thing until you commit. Sometimes, so
That's
going on the
right.
date, you sort of made a quasi commitment, and then you're like, "Ooh, okay, no,
Yeah.
flag on the
No, so
play,
yeah,
flag on
right.
the play." Yeah,
But that's
yeah,
what I'm saying. So it's kind of like, oh, it looks good at the beginning, but at the end, it's not
yes.
so good as you thought it would be, right?
Oh, very
So
good.
that's quincunx. And now, after I heard that, I was like, oh my God, I completely now understand quincunx in a better way, right?
Yes,
He's such
yes,
a great storyteller. He can really, Christopher Ransom, really, really good at explaining things in a nice way.
yeah,
Anyway,
yes.
I think we are talking. I think it's already midnight. We
Yeah,
can't
I
stop
know. Yeah,
talking
exactly.
today.
Yeah, we've been talking for a while.
We can't stop talking.
See, two Geminis. We did a Gemini. We really did, yeah, we did a Gemini thing tonight. My goodness.
Oh, that's
Yes.
so good.
And thank you all for staying with us. People are like, really, shut up. We
Yeah,
know we're Geminis. That's a little tough at times.
I think we said goodnight 7 times
Several
already.
times, yes.
This reminds see again. Did you hear about that joke? So there were three women in the jail for like 5 years together, sharing the cell, and they get out of the jail, and then the other one says, "Hey, wait, I forgot to tell you something."
Something is,
This is like
yes. That's
three
being in jail for
Geminis,
5 years.
three Geminis in a jail. They come out.
Yes.
Oh, wait, I
Wait,
forgot to
wait.
tell you something.
Yes. Yeah. No, they were all Geminis. If
They
she
were
was a
all
Gemini, she was definitely a
so that
Gemini.
so that I
Oh,
had such a funny story,
that is
because
too funny.
yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
everybody, thank you so much for your
thank you.
support and your
Thank
patience. Because we moved it from
Absolutely.
Saturday to Sunday, and then we moved the time, and people still found us. You know what I mean? Thanks for
Oh,
being
I love
intrepid.
that. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. Thank you so much for your support, guys. Really appreciate it. And I love just being here on sharing this space with
Yeah.
you every week is really special.
It hasn't been special. Yes, yes.
Really
I've grown,
special.
you've grown. I've seen us grow and work this together,
Oh, and
and
I love
our faithful friends who follow us and support us. It's good.
Leslie.
So everyone have a great week.
Have a great week.
Final word to you this week.
There's no final word. Just have a great week. It's a good week. Happy moon in Cancer. Happy Gemini moon. Everything is great week. I have
Great
nothing
week.
to say. Have a great one. Enjoy your accomplishments and celebrate them. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.